Okay, everybody, it is me, Gregory Mannarino. It is Tuesday, August 2nd, 2022. Right off the bat, a big, huge, tremendous thank you to those of you who stepped up and supported my work. I greatly appreciate that. All right, look, with that said, let's talk you and me, people. I don't even know where to begin this video. How about with the 10-year yield? Are you watching it? 2.54. What did I tell you a couple of weeks ago? We're going to be at 2.5 in short order? Well, gauging from what we are seeing here with the 10-year yield, we're going below 2.5. And what does that mean? You know what this means, people. An enormous amount of buying, debt buying under the table. This is the Federal Reserve trying to, and they've been very successful at this, to create an environment of risk, propping up the stock market. And what is this going to do? Well, what it's been doing since 2008, rob savers blind. Do you realize, I don't think most people realize what I'm about to say. Since the Federal Reserve has gone postal with regard to interest rate suppression, bond yields, buying all the debt, ECB now, you know what they're doing here, unlimited bond buying, and still they're going to expand on it, yeah? Savers, anyone with a savings account, even a high yield savings account, has lost trillions of dollars, trillions collectively, in realized wealth since the last meltdown. Do you think that's by accident too? Really? No. This is such a mechanism in place right now. They have dotted all the I's. They have crossed all the T's. And this mechanism is sincerely working, as you and I have talked about countless times over the years. It's an elimination. It's a freaking extermination of an entire class of people here. So that's the story today. Forget about the stock market, people. Watch the debt market. Watch the 10-year yield. Watch the MMRI, Mannarino Market Risk Indicator, link in the description of this video, free to anybody. And you're going to know what's going on. Just follow the money. Follow the money and you're going to know what's going on here. If we know, you and I, that the Federal Reserve and the ECB, okay, they're involved in, this is the biggest thing going on right now. They're buying it all. And they've been buying it all for many years. You know that. It's all I've been telling you. They're buying it all. Now it's in your face. And this is simply a mechanism, yet again, to transfer wealth from one group of people to another. This is unbelievable what's going on here. And it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop until it does. And when it does, we're going to see a complete reversal here with regard to bond yields coming down. They're going to spike like we witnessed, and that's going to be allowed to happen. Stock market is going to crater. 80%, an 80% sell-off in the S&P 500. That's the number. Okay, I've been telling you this for the longest time. That's going to occur. It's going to wipe out the stock market. And the ramifications will go way, way beyond the stock market. I'm telling you what's going on. And you should know this if you follow this blog. They're pushing us into a liquidity freeze. I've covered this at length many, many times. A complete lockup of the system. The system is failing. How we know the system is failing? First of all, understanding how it works here. It's equivalent to a Ponzi. It's literally, the entire financial system is equivalent to a Ponzi. It's a Ponzi scheme. In other words, it must constantly find new ways to pull cash into the now. What do we got? We got this monkeypox emergency now. California just declared a monkeypox emergency. They're going to throw who knows how much cash at this new crisis. And you knew this was coming because we spoke about it right here on this video blog. Crisis to crisis to crisis. Untold amounts of money. Untold amounts of money, untold amounts of money. And they won't let you in on the big secret that this mechanism here is simply a way to keep the system afloat. That's all it is. But you can't know that. You have to be lied to and scared and put into some kind of distorted view of what's actually going on. But if you follow this blog, you're watching this stuff and you're laughing because you knew it was going to happen. And we're not done. There's going to be another crisis followed by another, and they're going to get worse and bigger and bigger. And that's because the financial system, again, it's a Ponzi, and it must be fueled in this way. Every mechanism you can dream about and things you can't even think about are going to happen. And I've been telling you that literally for an entire decade, and now you're seeing it right before your eyes. So anyway, that's the story with regard to the 10-year yield. It's going below 2.5 at this point. This is the Fed buying it all. They're buying it all in an effort to prop up the stock market. Now, we've had yesterday a slightly negative day with regard to the market. Today, this market does need to give a little back. I mean, we've gone pretty much straight up since we watched that 10-year yield sell off. ECB stepped in, Fed steps in, yield curve control, and it requires an untold amount of cash to do that. And that's exactly the mechanism here. And they're all happy and gleeful to do it. Believe me. Oh, yeah. So let's move forward here. Crude oil catching a bid. U.S. dollar slightly stronger this morning. Gold and silver catching a bid nicely. And you've got cryptocurrencies under a little bit of pressure this morning. We'll see what comes out of this OPEC meeting, and we'll see what happens to crude. I think the longer run crude's going much higher. You all know that. We'll see where that goes. Again, look, how crude works. It's the lifeblood of the military-industrial complex, the lifeblood of the market. And when crude falls, people die. And, false flag events, refinery fires, bombings, missile strikes, expansion of war, whatever it might be, just to keep crude propped up. That props up the energy sector. It also gives a boost to financials. It's a crime. It's a crime against humanity in progress right now, honestly. So here's a nice piece of economic news. I don't think it's going to be a surprise to you. So what do we know just happened? I'm laughing because I got to tell you something. 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth here. And Janet Yellen is out again. No recession in sight. This is what's coming out of her mouth. Remember, she's the same person that told you that inflation was transitory and that inflation was peaking. Okay, twice she said that. She's been wrong. Do you think she actually was wrong, or do you think she was misleading you? I think she's misleading you, just like now, because we just got another incredible piece of news here. So the Federal Reserve itself, okay, is now cutting its GDP forecast for the next quarter. But Janet Yellen still doesn't see a recession. She doesn't see it. She doesn't see it. You see, I told you. You got to be careful with Greg Mannarino. He has meltdowns from time to time. But look, if this doesn't get to you, any of this stuff, then I don't know what to tell you. It's out of control. Anyway, so that's the story this morning. I want you to watch that 10-year yield, people. Watch what's going to happen here. Okay, you're going to see it drop below 2.5 in short order. We're going to hit 2.5 maybe even today. I mean, maybe we'll drop below 2.5 even today. I don't know. That's in the cards, no doubt about it. And this is an effort to prop the stock market back up here, to give the illusion of prosperity. When people see the market going up, they think the economy is strong. Despite the round after round, relentless, it doesn't stop, bad economic news. I mean, it doesn't get any worse than it is right now. That's honestly the truth. Most American families can't make ends meet right now. What are they doing? They continue to borrow. And as the debt keeps expanding, well, they're trying to convince you that this is growth. It is not growth. Small businesses here getting wiped out, and the corporate agenda is being fulfilled. You know that. Really, imagine if people understood that the government is doling out tens of billions of dollars to corporations. Meanwhile, small businesses are failing here. Do you see what's going on? I know you see it, and it probably makes your blood boil, but most people have not even the slightest clue as to what's going on. They don't understand the mechanism. They don't realize the crisis mechanism to continue to borrow cash into the now from the future to support the Ponzi. The financial system is nothing but a Ponzi scheme. And all Ponzi schemes end very badly. And who loses? Well, the people do. And that's going to be you and, of course, me too. That's just the way it's going to go. They're going to bring the financial system to its knees, and the outcry is going to be global. And central banks are going to fulfill their end game, their final solution here, people, and they're going to put a new system in place of extreme control. And I've been telling you this for a long time, and you're seeing it. It's kind of really in your face. All right, people, that's it. Again, a huge thank you to those of you who do support my work. I greatly appreciate it. At the beginning of every month, I always ask for your support, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. All right, look, I'm out of here. Love you a lot. Share the video, comment here. I'll see all of you at the end of the day as usual, and well, we got it covered.